everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of What's Up, Doc. Dr. Funkenberry, how about that game last night?
Lakers, baby. Guess whoever was in charge of making sure Christina Aguilera sang the national anthem again was pretty smart. What a game last night. Can't believe it, but Lakers beat the Celtics in a thrilling Game 7. I always said this series was going to be an incredible one, and they proved it last night. I'm still on a high from it.
Awesome. Well, way to go, Lakers. Way to go, Lakers. So there was a lot of stuff going on in New York City, let's see, on Wednesday night. What happened? Yeah,
if you're not following Dr. Funkenberry on Twitter, Dr. Funkenberry on Twitter, or the Dr. Funkenberry Facebook fan page, you may miss out on a few things that we only had there. First, earlier in the night, Prince showed up to the Larry Graham show at B.B. King's, and we got word of it, and we just decided to have a little bit of fun to see if we can get him to perform. I'm sure we may not have had too much to do with it because we heard he was grooving in a seat, but Prince gave New York some love and joined Larry Graham on stage in a song that, you know, he's done probably a million times before. Thank you for letting me be myself again. It's like he ripped into California Girls by Katy Perry. But he entertained the crowd and shocked, and Prince was looking slick, looking healthy, and we're talking about him because no one else will, and he deserves the attention. But, yeah, we had that, and that was awesome. Then we had another thing happen late night. 3 a.m., we get word that John Mayer is doing a show at the Village Underground, and we put out a tweet. A few people saw the tweet about the show, and that was only $10 and went down there. John said it was only going to be an hour show, but it ended up being a 2-hour show. There's about 40 people.
Wow.
Craziness.
Wow.
You did a lot of jokes and a few songs, a few cover songs. But, you know, with Prince going on tour and a few other things, it's always smart to follow me on Twitter and the Funkenberry Facebook fan page because you never know when something last minute may be happening, and that's where it's probably going to go to first other than my page where we're going to have a full in-depth review and try to give you a heads up if we have a heads up. If not last minute, that's probably the place to be.
All right, so you heard it here. Follow Dr. Funkenberry on Twitter or Facebook just to make sure you don't
fan page.
Cool stuff. Facebook fan page to miss any cool stuff that's going on. So speaking of fans and interesting things going on, what about Megan Fox? What's going on with her? Lots of news this week.
Megan Fox. Yeah. She's engaged again. I think this is like two or three times to the same time. Brian Austin Green, they're engaged. Apparently he proposed to her in Mexico or Hawaii, and she got so excited when he got down on her hands and knees yet again to propose to her. They lost the ring in the sand. I'm sure there's going to be someone going around with one of those little metal detectors trying to find it and get themselves like a $4,000 or $5,000 ring. But yes, they've been engaged before. She's broken off with him before, but has stayed with him. They've been together for a little bit over 5 years. Boy gets the hottest woman. I mean, he has a kid with Vanessa Marcel, and he dated Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who just had a baby girl this week with Brady Smith. So congrats go out to her for that. And Megan, if they ever walk down the aisle, I'll be surprised. But did you hear about who did walk down the aisle this week?
No, who did?
Harrison Ford and Calista Flockhart. Speaking of long-term engagement people, they were together for 8 years, and he proposed, I believe, around last Valentine's 2009, and they got married this weekend by New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson.
Right.
You know,
I
so
did hear about that. That's awesome. I'm really happy for them. It's a long time coming.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people that are still Star Wars fans are like, yay, married, wish it was them, but so sad, too bad, bye-bye.
And we had a big video premiere this week. We had Gaga last week, but we had Katy Perry this week. Tell us about that.
Katy Perry in the California Girls video. Okay, before I say I like it or whatever, can I just say I expected a video that has to do with California Girls would probably be like on a beach somewhere or whatever and not in Candyland. regardless of that, it was kind of cool seeing Snoop Dogg with his own army of gummy bears and Katy Perry shooting it with whipped cream coming out of her tatas. Katy Perry looking hot in the video. You know, I'd love to tickle her tonsils, if you know what I mean, fellas. Anyway, sorry to be so indiscreet.
TMI, Dr. Funkenberry, TMI. So
I'm sure there's some people going, no, please, go on, doctor.
Do you
anyway.
think Gaga's going to make the same types of comments that Katy Perry made about her video?
Katy Curry? You mean Perry? Yeah, no. No, I think Gaga thinks she's too big for it. Katy Perry's kind of been criticizing a lot of people lately. I love Katy to death. I know it's really hard to be considered number two, so I understand where she's coming from. And I support her. I love her. And we're going to be featuring another female artist next week. We'll get on that next week, and we'll talk about that person. But stay tuned to the site for that. And that's all I got to say is a shout-out, you know, to Katy Perry and her whipped cream tatas shooting at those gummy bears. Yum.
Well, on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's edition of What's Up, Doc. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Keep it funky, y'all.
'Cause you represent California.